Welcome to this chapter on Ayurveda. I am so pleased to introduce you to Ayurveda. Perhaps you already have a little bit of knowledge on it. It comes from ancient India. It is actually from before the flood. The documents of that were saved up in the Himalayas. And it is a science of how to keep your body healthy. So it is a lifestyle that you already live, and by balancing the different triggers every day, we can maintain health. There is ways of helping you when you are sick, but it actually is a science of how to live your life. The rishis in India, there was apparently 52 originally who, through meditations and that, came to see the universe through the eyes of Ayurveda. It does involve like astrology, so the positions of the planets every week, every day is going to affect different parts of how you think and the energies inside your body. It presents to us the idea that we are created with 5 elements inside of us, and it references air and ether as 2 different elements. There's also fire, there's water, and there is earth. We have all of these elements inside of us, but then it subcategorizes those into what are called doshas, okay? And it feels that we have a dominance in sort of 1 or 2 of those elements. So somebody who has more air and ether is considered vata. Now we all have vata in us, but these are just sort of more dominant markers. Pitta is somebody who is actually a lot more fiery, and then somebody who's more earthy is going to be what's called kapha. And if we can understand these elements within ourselves and appreciate that they fluctuate, and we can counterbalance them by having that knowledge, it means that we will keep ourselves in a balanced state. So it's nice that it represents and recognizes the air and ether elements, so that like other energies does affect us. So the people that we are with, our mind state, the things going on in terms of our career, our love, our life, how we feel about ourselves, all affect our energies, and we can use different techniques. In particularly, it feels that food is our medicine. So the first place we would start with is our own food. And although we may restrict our diets to things that do suit us, which is ideal, especially when we become unwell, we often find that gluten and dairy and certain perhaps nightshade family foods don't suit us. And if their health issue goes on longer periods of time, more and more foods are an issue for us. Now, Ayurveda doesn't really look at intolerances that way, although we must also adhere to those ourselves, but it looks more at how to tend to the dosha of the body, how to tend to the different elements. And I'm going to be teaching you that in some of the later chapters, but please also see the questionnaire that should be attached to this video, and that will give us an idea much more about which dosha you're more dominant in, your secondary and tertiary doshas. And then you can figure out basically the personality, the characteristics that come with that element. And you might notice that you could be kind of high or low, and we always want to be looking to bring it to balance in the center. Ayurveda likes to also mention about colours, colour therapy, chromotherapy, how the colours that we wear, the colours that we see in our world and what we're surrounded by affects our field very much. Also includes crystals and how crystals affect our mood, have massive benefit on our healing, and when we know how to use them, it can be very, very intricate. We will be touching on these topics because Ayurveda will go into the alignments of the planets, your doshas, and different crystals for different days and so forth, whereas we will cover some of the more basic ones that are really nice to wear on our bodies or to have in around our person, to bring that beautiful healing to the air ether elements of the body. Ayurveda encourages the use of yoga and the yamas and niyamas as a way of living. And the Ayurveda treatments themselves can also involve quite a lot of massages, which is a wonderful therapy. There is a detoxification element also. It can involve cleaning the tongue, cleaning the nostrils, drinking salt water and vomiting it up to clean out the systems of the body, panchakarmas. And there are retreats and that for people can go to and have an entire detox treatment for weeks actually, and it can be immensely beneficial, and a lot of massages and that. So that's a really nice way of looking at healing our body and our mind. Definitely takes into play our lifestyle, the time of day we go get out of bed at, how we feel about our day, and the activities that we do throughout the day or don't do. These are all taken into account. So the certain doshes will lead into what's more comfortable, obviously, when it may not be the most beneficial for our growth. So it's a really lovely concept. It's a lovely way of thinking about the body. Certainly to know the doshas can be very beneficial in making choices, in choosing colours to wear, and figuring out how we feel every day, and to learn how to balance ourselves each and every day too.